I do believe that what I learned as a high school senior and then as a college student and member of the state PTA board and then as an early career teacher in Broward County, what I learned from PTA and in PTA has continued to serve me incredibly well in my career and in my life, and that's why I'm so excited to be able to talk with you for a few minutes this afternoon and really celebrate this homecoming on so many levels. You heard that, that I am Deputy Chancellor for the Division of Public Schools at the Department of Education. It is only in the last couple months that I can say that or have it said without looking over my shoulder, wondering who someone was talking about, because it's really an incredible privilege to be able to do the work that we do in the department on behalf of students and teachers and educators and families in Florida. Really, really exciting and really meaning many reasons for us to be proud. I mentioned Commissioner Stewart asked me to come back to Florida, and I really do work for an incredible boss. Commissioner Stewart is a true Floridian and a true Florida educator. She started her career teaching kindergarten in Hillsborough County. She has had she doesn't like when I say this because she says it makes her sound very old. She says, which she's not, she has held almost every single position at a school and a district level. She was the first female high school principal in Marion County. She was a senior district administrator in Marion County after being principal at Vanguard High School. She came to the department in the job that I'm in now and then left to be a deputy superintendent for several years, came back as chancellor of K-12 schools and is now our Commissioner of Education, and I think is now one of our longest serving appointed Commissioners of Education, given some of the transition that has occurred in that position. And I think we're better for it, certainly having Commissioner Stewart in that role. So I've got just a couple of messages for you on her behalf and on the department's behalf this afternoon. The first message is to be proud. The second message is to stay focused, and the third message is let's work together on areas where we can. So the first message is be proud. It is absolutely no understatement to say that no state has made the progress in K-12 education like Florida's over the last 15 years. There is no state, and just a couple of statistics to support that. You probably saw just a few weeks ago the announcement of our graduation rate increase. In just about 10 years, we've increased the graduation rate in Florida by 17 percentage points. Not 17%, but 17 percentage points. And we have a much more authentic and credible way of counting graduation now. Who started in 9th grade and who completed high school 4 years later. Not who started 12th grade, as we used to do, and who finished 12th grade, but who started 9th grade and who finished 4 years later. That rate now across the state is at 77.8%. Over a 1% increase just from last year, and as I said, a 17% increase in just about 10 years. Across all of our subgroups of students, our African American students have increased their graduation rates. Our Hispanic Latino students have increased their graduation rates. Our students with disabilities have increased their graduation rates, and our students who receive free or reduced lunch have increased their graduation rates, which we know matters to the kinds of things that come after high school graduation. That alone is not a ticket, as you and I know, to the kinds of opportunities we would want for our kids, which means the kinds of opportunities we would want for all kids, but high school graduation is a really, really important bar. The other reason why we should be proud is that Florida today has the second highest percentage of seniors, actually second highest percentage of seniors who are taking an advanced placement class of any state in the country. So almost no state, there's only one that's greater than we are, and we are fast on their trails in Massachusetts. There's only one state that has more students over the course of their 4 years in high school who take more AP classes than students here in Florida. We have the third highest percentage of students who are earning 3s or better on advanced placement. So not only have we increased the enrollment in advanced placement classes in Florida over the last 10 years, we've also increased the rate at which students pass those scores. Just make that really concrete. There are more students earning 3s or better on AP exams today in Florida than took AP exams 10 years ago. An incredible source of pride. On our grade 4 and grade 8 math and reading exams on the nation's report card, overall, Florida has stagnated or gone up in a couple of areas. Consistently over the last 10 years, our subgroups of students have made increases. Our students with disabilities, our African American students, our Hispanic Latino students, our students who receive free or reduced lunch have all increased in 4th and 8th grade reading and math over the last 10 years, also a source of pride. I could go on and on and on, and you probably have heard enough about the reasons to be proud, although we could talk about it all day because there are so many reasons to be proud. One more that I think is noteworthy. We have for now 3 consecutive terms, and a term is 2 years. So for the last 6 years, Florida's teacher quality policies have been rated #1 in the nation, one of only 4 states to get that rating by the National Center for Teacher Quality, which is also a really tremendous accomplishment. So many reasons to be proud. We also have many reasons to stay focused. We have many reasons to stay focused, and I would say to you that there are 240,000 reasons to stay focused among many, many others. And the 240,000 reasons to stay focused are the number of students in Florida today who are taught by a teacher whose impact on their learning is negative. 240,000 students in Florida today who are taught by teachers whose impact on their learning is negative. That's not because they're not working hard, and it's not because they don't care. It's not because they're not committed. It's not a judgment about intention, work ethic, zeal, or commitment. It may be a commentary on a couple of other things, and maybe for a few it's a commentary on that. But what it is certainly a commentary on is that we're not there yet. That students in those teachers' classrooms do worse than students like them in other teachers' classrooms across the state. That's a district that's larger than Hillsborough County, a district that's larger than Orange County, a district that's larger than Palm Beach County, of students who are in classrooms of teachers whose impact on their learning is negative. There are also so many other reasons as well. We have achievement gaps in Florida that should call our conscience, should call on our conscience to continue the focus on our efforts to ensure every student, every single day, receives the kind of education that we would want for our own kids, because what we would want for our own kids is what we want, I know PTA does, for all kids. So we have work to do. We have work to do closing achievement gaps between our subgroups of students, including students with disabilities, students who speak English as a second language, students who receive free or reduced lunch, students who are African American, students who are Hispanic. We have gaps to close in all of those areas, both in graduation rates, in reading and math achievements, and across the board, AP percentage, etc. We also have gaps to close for our students who are excelling. Because, as some of you may have read in Amanda Ripley's book, The Smartest Kids in the World, where she spent a year in Finland, Poland, and South Korea learning about what those countries do and have done in order to go from way behind in K-12 education to way ahead. We know that the poorest, economically poorest students in the highest performing countries in the world do better than the richest students in America economically on standardized assessments. So there's a gap that is not just among our students who have been historically underserved in our schools. There's also a gap between students who've been served very well by our schools, but for whom we, not with bad intentions, may not have had high enough expectations. And so our work in terms of being focused is not about just closing gaps among students in Florida and the US, but also between Florida and the rest of the world. And so we stay focused. We stay focused on that vision of every single student, every single day, being taught by a teacher as good as the best any of us ever had, and we work together where we can in order to advance that vision and achieve those goals. You know, the Commissioner and the State Board of Education has a number of different priorities this year, and you have heard that, that funding is one of them. And certainly, I know that that has been a commitment on the PTA platform for many years. And coming out of the recession, there's more money to spend in Florida on priorities, and certainly Governor Scott has made education, as our economy has rebounded, one of our state's top priorities. I think that that's a message that I certainly know you hear at home, I hear as well. We also have the opportunity this session with another priority of the commissioners in the State Board of Education, which is in the area of education personnel. And for those interested, I have a little handout I can give you as you meet with legislators over the next couple of days. There's a bill in the House and a bill in the Senate. It's 719 in the House and it's 894 in the Senate. The title is Education Personnel. And among other things, it will improve the due process for educators when misconduct has been found to have occurred. It will, among other things, allow the Commissioner to issue letters of caution in lieu of probable cause. But most importantly, I think, to your work and certainly ours, it would establish for the first time a state regulatory framework for the training and support of principals and people who aspire to be principals, a principal preparation and professional development continuum that right now is not where it could be, and it's our hope that as a result of this legislation that we can start moving in that direction. One of the key priorities of the PTA, of course, is that leaders understand the value of parental involvement and family engagement, but not just understand that value, but have the tools and the skills to use when they are training and educating people to be principals. Those are one of the principal leadership standards. The department doesn't yet really have the mechanism to ensure that that happens, and that is one of the assets we think of Senate Bill 894 and House Bill 719. So I'll stop there.